Hi, I'm Enchanting Nubia Net. Welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Everyone, I'm going to talk today about a serious news story regarding a beloved businesswoman from Philadelphia, Rashida Irvin. She was a she was an entrepreneur and a very positive community person. Tragically, she was unalived by her own husband. He pointed the weapon at her multiple times, definitively 11 times. And the police stated that it was a domestic violence related homicide. This happened just over a week ago, everyone, on August 11th. Rashida Irvin, she was only 48 years old. She was found deceased inside the bathroom of her business. And it was well known, a thriving business called Mr. Relaxation Spa and Lounge. It was located in on Germantown Avenue. So the spa was she owned with her husband, Kyle Irving. So he was known in the community for promoting self-care, focus on the men, especially African American men, and the services were massages, beard treatments, facials, and so on. Her husband, Kyle Irving, he is 55 years old. He's a prime suspect and he surrendered to police days later. Everyone, he has a criminal history, dates back all the way to 1998, so many decades ago, and this man, he had the same character. So even back then, he carried a firearm and he had related charges and even a tragic incident involving his own son. So these are the signs, everyone, that people must look towards. Yes, he had a criminal history, and some people, can change. However, we can tell in this situation, this man did not change at all. His character remained the same. So many sources did say that Rashida had expressed a lot of love for her husband, of course, even more than herself, because she was experiencing, unfortunately, domestic violence. Everyone, the first time someone puts their hands on a person, that's the time when you need to leave. You need to make sure you value yourself so that the and make sure the person knows that that one time is the last time. Leave, get out. Don't accept any excuses, no apologies or anything. So the suspect, Kyle Irving, let's continue on with him. There are some reports that, again, he had a troubled past, but they didn't say that he has a diagnosed mental illness. Perhaps his actions and how he treated her and being sporadic, perhaps angry and easily triggered, may have caused people to assume that he did have a mental illness. But there's nothing that states that he did. So, everyone, I'm going to give you some more information regarding this man. Now, he had charges against him then, and Rashida Irving, she didn't look at the character that he had. I'm sure she loved him so much. A lot of times people are very charming. They tell you what you want to hear, especially them having a business together. Perhaps, yes, they have the in common to have dreams of progressing further financially, to build this business. It's thriving. Um, it's very beneficial for the community, but it's unfortunate that they didn't have the peace, and which is real love that you need to have in a relationship. And also because they had this, business, I'm sure it was even more challenging for her to even say, let me leave that alone, something that she built, that she put her heart in, sweat and tears into building, and the time spent to build this thriving business. However, even if you have a home with someone, if you have a business, if you share children with someone, once you know that you are in a dangerous situation, if you're being harmed, you're crying more than laughing, your self esteem is diminishing, your spirit is breaking, it's time to leave. You have to leave everything. You can't take anything with you. So I'm just thinking, everyone, that there were lots of red flags that she missed, unfortunately. So there were domestic violence allegations. As I said before, friends confirmed that there was a lot of domestic violence, hitting, pushing, harmful actions in their relationship. But she remained committed to this man instead of seeking help. And there's always help out there for men and women, because men and women both experience this. Of course, many more women will be open and they'll share, what their experience is with loved ones or friends and even the police. But a lot of men tend to keep it inside or keep it hidden. They may be, embarrassed that, they have a woman who is hitting them and ill treating them, causing them harm as well. So, according to people who are close to her, she really believed that he could change. And she was looking at his potential, not looking at his actual character. On a day to day basis, if this person is bringing you through highs and lows, it's like you're on an emotional roller coaster. That is not healthy, it's very toxic. She had an emotional attachment to him that caused her, unfortunately, to overlook and even to make excuses for his harmful behavior. There was a lot of swings, negative and positive, back and forth in their relationship, unfortunately. Many people even stated that she ignored a lot of the signs, and his actions escalated, and that's exactly how it is. Things start with verbally, where someone is belittling you, someone is, causing you to feel bad about yourself, giving you a guilt trip, and then it goes into physical actions. And on the flip side, she was giving a lot of positive. She was hopeful about the relationship. She was loyal to him, stuck by his side, still was willing to work with him and build up their business so that they can help the people in their community, as well as move forward financially, plan together for a future. And there was also fear, especially because we know that men are indeed stronger than women. There's a fear factor. So it's so sad that this woman, 48 years old, passed away by someone who she loved, by someone who she allowed in her life. And that's why, again, I say you need to have boundaries. Know your self worth. Do not give someone another chance to harm you, to inflict any pain on you at all. This woman she was hit with a weapon multiple times, 11 times. That's a crime of passion, not by someone who loves you, not by someone who really knows you and care for you. For him to do that 11 times showed that he had an extreme anger and hate towards her, no compassion. So, everyone, what is your feedback about this case? It's so unfortunate that during these times, these types of news stories are happening back to back to back. I'm really, really tired of hearing people who are in so called relationships where their partner, the person they're dating, living with, married to, is a person who causes their demise. It's disgraceful. And I don't blame anyone for saying that they just rather be single, be by themselves. There's no problem in dating. It's healthy to date. However, you have to take the time to know who the person is that you're actually dating. When they show you those red flags, take it for what it is, because too many people are losing having their destiny cut short by someone else and even their children's. It's happening way too often. You have to look out for yourself. Love yourself, put yourself as priority. Doesn't matter how challenging it is to meet someone, love yourself first. And that goes for women and males, men and women. And also teach your children that being in these toxic relationships are uncalled for. You need to walk away. Find the strength in yourself to get out fast. So, everyone, drop a comment below. I would really like to hear your feedback. And please be safe when you're in relationships. Take your time to get to know someone. There's no rush. Time tells all. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Keep your head on a swivel and stay safe wherever you